Well, I hope I didn't bore you too much. Before I leave, I just wanted to share a personal story. Please forgive me for being emotional, but I thought this is going to be a lesson for a few of us. My mom died a few months ago. Some of you know that. But the circumstance she died was really unacceptable for me. She had some upper respiratory tract symptoms. This was when early COVID 19 came out. Everybody was terrified. People were dying. Nobody knew what to do. And mom was in Bangladesh. My sister, who is also a doctor, took her from one hospital to another hospital to another hospital. Some of them didn't even open the door. Some of them did an x-ray in the hallway, didn't touch her, gave antibiotic prescription and sent her home. Mom continued to deteriorate. Again, she was taken to a private hospital, was seen in the ER. They did a CAT scan and said that did some lab work and put in a NG tube in her IV fluid and sent her home. Next day, mom was senseless. Again, my sister started door hopping, taking hospital hopping. Finally, since none of the private hospitals would admit her, we had to take her to the COVID 19 hospital, even though she tested negative. They said they needed 2 tests negative, and the second test was still pending. When mom was taken there, I talked to the doctor on call, and she told me straight, if you admit her here, she's going to die here. You will never see her again. But she's senseless. There's no way we could have helped her at home. We thought we can give her IV antibiotics, IV fluid, and she will get out of it. It's pneumonia. It is treatable. Unfortunately, the situation was very bad. Staff was low. Healthcare providers were not able to help very much because they were quarantined every other week. My nephew was refusing to leave my mom there. He actually stood over her for 2.5 hours. Finally, we had to force him to come home. He was afraid if he left mom, he will never see her alive again. And that's exactly what happened. My mom died a few days later. I felt untreated. You know what they did? They left some tablets at her bedside and told my nephew to feed it to her before he leaves because there's no staff to take care of her. They were that understaffed. So my mom died, mostly untreated, and she was buried with all the COVID 19 patients in a separate graveyard. And guess what? They wouldn't release the body until they did a third testing, and that also came negative. The reason for telling you this story is because you don't know how lucky we are in America. None of the hospitals will turn us away. None. And they will take care of you no matter what you have. And in this dire situation, people are dying. Some of them are being thrown out of their homes because they can't pay their rent. Some people cannot pay their healthcare bills. Some people cannot put food on their table. This is a time that we need to come together to help everyone. It cannot be anything to think. We should not stop to think about ourselves. We should do everything and anything we can do to help our friends, family, and neighbors. So let's come together. Let's do it. Please, I beg of you, wear a mask. If nothing else you can do, wear a mask, wash your hands, and socially distance. Thank you for listening. I know you are very, very busy. So thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. Thank you.